guys, welcome back to my channel Avanti Morocha. Today I'm going to show you how to make a felt Christmas wreath using Cricut Maker. This project is inspired by two wreaths that I saw. One is from Anthropologie and the other from Pottery Barn. If you haven't seen my video on how to cut felt with Cricut, I recommend watching that first. There are different kinds of felt and the cut quality will vary based on the material. Now let's begin. For this project I'm using acrylic felt. This is the most affordable and easy to find felt. This type of felt can only be cut with Cricut Maker and using the rotary blade. You will also need the fabric mat. If you have Cricut Explorer 2, you can use Cricut felt, which is a more rigid material, paper-like, or use a different material like cardstock. I'm going to share the link to this project on my blog avantimorocha.com, or if you follow me on Design Space, you will find it on my shared projects. These leaves are from Cricut Access. I modified them to work better for this project. To be able to use them, you need to be subscribed to Cricut Access. Now click on Make It, Continue, select the material. For this project I'm using acrylic felt. I already loaded the rotary blade and now I'm going to load the mat. Place the felt on the fabric mat. If you have the Cricut fabric applicator, use it to adhere the material to your cutting mat firmly. Load the mat and start the job. I fast forwarded this part of the video. The process to cut these pieces took 16 minutes. Remove the felt from the mat. The pieces are cut, but they are held to each other by a small fragment of fiber. This is very common when cutting curvy designs and using this type of acrylic felt. This is not a problem for me. I will use the scissors to separate the pieces. If this is a big deal for you, I recommend using a better quality felt. For this project, I'm using a floral foam ring that is 9.8 inches. This is equivalent to 24 centimeters. I will cut a couple of felt sheets into strips to use them to cover the ring. My glue gun is ready. Now I will use the felt strips to cover the ring. Now that I completed covering the ring, I'm going to place the leaves. I cut more leaves of this kind because they are easy to cut and I will use them as the base layer. I'm going to keep this type that are more intricate and use them in the final layer. Start gluing the leaves. Continue until you cover the whole ring. Now that I covered the whole ring, I will place the other kind of leaves on top. Glue them all over the wreath, following the same direction and pattern as the bottom layer. Continue gluing the leaves until you're happy with the results. I'm done with this part. Now I'm going to cut the little house. Go to Design Space. I will score and cut this house from Cricut Access. I also modify it to work better with this project. Now click on Make It. As you can see, Cricut is going to first score and then cut. Continue. Select the material cardstock. For scoring, you can use the scoring wheel or the scoring stylus. I will load the scoring wheel and the mat. When this process is done, I will switch the tool and use the fine point blade. Load the scoring wheel. Load the mat and start the job. I fast forwarded this part of the video. The process to score these pieces took 1 minute. Now switch to the fine point blade. Press the Cricut button and continue with the cutting. I fast forwarded this part of the video. The process to cut these pieces took about 1 minute and 20 seconds. Remove the pieces from the mat. I will assemble the little house. The scoring lines make the folding easier. Before gluing the little house, I will glue a piece of glitter cardstock in the back. As you can see, I put together the little house. Now I will add a glittering roof. I recommend using the E6000 glue. Now I'm going to glue the decorations on the wreath. I will use some cotton pieces to cover the tree and house bases. The cotton will give the impression of snow. Now I'm going to glue these berries around the wreath. Finally, I will add a piece of ribbon to help me hang the wreath. As you can see, the wreath looks fantastic. I hope you like this project, and if you make it, don't forget to share a picture on my Facebook page or tag me on Instagram. I love to see it. If you are interested in a Cricut maker, I'm going to share the link where you can buy it in the info box below the video. Be on the lookout for great deals on Cricut this Black Friday. I will share the deals I find on my social media. If you are new to my channel and you like what you see, hit the subscription button, tap the notification bell so you get informed every time I release a new video. Don't forget to visit my blog, follow me on my social media, like this video and share it with your loved ones. See you soon. Ciao, ciao.